Is this boy really going to kill the world, or just this small, semi-big organization? Let's find out. Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon reviewing Boy Kills World. What's about? Pretty simple premise. There's a boy, says he's about 10 or 12. He's thinking, you know what? My mom and sister are dead, and there's this guy in the forest who's training me to kill the people that killed my mom and sister. And he's training, and he's training, and he's training. But you know what? While training, you realize he's deaf and mute, so he can't really do anything. And the voice inside his head is from a computer game. Not Archer, from a computer game. But now, all of a sudden, shenanigans is going to ensue. People are going to drop. Twists and turns are going to happen. Gunplay, swordplay, martial arts, all in between. So, to like this movie, if I have to say what is the best mix of this movie, it is that Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti movie, shoot 'em up, mixed with Battle Royale / The Hunger Games. I think if you mix that, this is the movie you get. Yes, is it bombastic? Absolutely. Is it gory? Absolutely. Can it be fun? Absolutely. Do you have to throw believability out the freaking window? 110%. Are there really good shots in this movie? Absolutely. Is there some things where I'm like, ooh, gunplay, you need to really spice that up, or at least do a little bit more training or more special effects, or at least have fake casings? Absolutely. But I think it overall, over the top, bombastic action, shoot 'em up, swordplay, martial arts movie, you can't really go wrong with this. So when we talk about the positives, I do think everyone involved does a good job and know what movie they're in. You have Bill Skarsgård, you have Famke, I can never say her name right, but she was also in the X-Men and a lot of other movies. She does a good job. So yeah, good acting overall. There's also just actors I don't know the names to, but you've noticed them in a lot of other movies. Like I'm pretty sure the guy in the jungle training him is from The Raid. I'm pretty sure it was that 2-on-1 fight in that one glass room, and he gets killed with all the tubes, the fluorescent light bulbs. I want to say that's the guy that's in this movie, but I could be completely wrong. But when you have him and other people like that, you're going to get some great action set pieces. I think this is what it does well. It does editing in a way where even though there are some jump cuts, it isn't noticeable like, Taken 2 or the Bourne movies. This one, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, there's a drone shot there, or there's a camera swinging there, but you could actually enjoy and see what is occurring on screen. So I really enjoyed that. Every time there's martial arts or swordplay, I really enjoyed it myself. A lot of arms getting cut off, a lot of bombasticness. There's a guy named Dave. Dave is a messed up little guy, and you don't want to mess with Dave. That's all I'm going to say on that level, and that's a pretty funny scene. It is interesting hearing Archer or John or Jay Benjamin. It's really hard not to hear Bob's Burgers. It's really hard not to hear Archer, and he's the voice of that. So you gotta kind of stop thinking of that. And it's really, really hard not to. You see this shot in the trailer where this girl's like hanging over a guy and about to stab someone. Like there are fun shots like that, and it's really over the top, bombastic, and has a great time. There is a couple scenes where I think it could have gone a little bit more hardcore, especially the scene in the trailer where you see it where they're kind of in this winter wonderland, cereal thing. That one, I was a little disappointed in the overall, conclusion of that, as well as something that happens in the hallway. Do you know how I complained in my review of the Ungentlemanly Warfare, Guy Ritchie movie, where I was hoping an axe, and it's like, oh, we're going to fucking go ham, and you don't go ham? This is the same way happens here, where you can tell the budget wasn't there, so they decided to do like a pan shot of him going crazy, and you don't really see the aftermath or what is actually occurring. You just see a lot of blood everywhere, and you're like, I wish you would at least spun that up or done something more fun with that thing. But I understand the point of that. And if you watch my out of reaction review, the gunplay, this is the weakest part of the movie. I do feel like some of the handling was very weak. I understand that, since Alex Baldwin killing someone, that they are really toning down or making guns more safe. The problem is, at least put fake casings coming out of the guns. If you have an AR, if you have an automatic weapon, even a pistol that's not a revolver, have some kind of casings, shells come out of the gun. They do it once or twice with a shotgun, But that was, I was like, okay, you do it there and there because of how the camera is pointed at the actor and actress, pumping the gun. So, okay, fair enough there. So, and also the twist and turn. All right, there is something that happens, I want to say, halfway through, there's a fight scene that something happens to one of the characters. And you're like, okay, that is going to somehow tie in. And I had an inkling in my brain of like, I think that is going to equal to this. But I kind of forgot about it. But then the twist happens at the end and you go, oh, okay, smart twist. But then you think like, oh, wait, that does connect how I thought it would. I'll just say that. It's a very interesting twist. I do think it works. And it did add a little bit of, level to this movie to like, okay, we're not just having a mash and bash them, shoot them up, rock 'em, sock 'em, robot type of movie. We're going to try to have some emotional depth at the end. I did enjoy that overall. Like I said, Boy Kills World. I think it's a fun, bombastic movie that when there's gunplay and swordplay, it's really good. I enjoyed the editing. I enjoyed the fight choreography. I enjoyed the music. It was a fun overall experience. However, the gunplay part was kind of the weakest, and there are things where you're like, didn't you just get shot in the leg? Didn't you just get your arm sliced open? How are you acting normal 5 minutes later? And that really, believability out the window. And don't forget, this is not Bob's Burgers, and this is not Archer. So Boy Kills World will receive a 4 out of 5 of Futons, which equals at 80%. So see the critics and news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 76% with 25 of them, and it looks like no critic consensus just yet. But you know what? 76-80. Chase Lock here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Futontopia. You Futon take watch a great day. I don't care what to take tomorrow, week, from a month, or a year from every single freaking one of you. Boy Kills World. Shoot 'em up. Hunger Games. Combined, this is what you get.